Hello and welcome to another AIC production video. So I wanted to go over my Spader Electric Skateboard again. So I haven't ridden it hardly at all the last couple of weeks because for whatever reason, not sure what happened, the battery life on my board has just dropped to nothing. We're talking I'm getting 3 miles of range instead of 8, and my max speed is on high is like 15 miles per hour. So compared to when it was new, what happened is I plugged it in and had to go on a work trip, and I was gone for a week, and then it rained for a week. And so 2 weeks I left it plugged in, and I don't know if I damaged the controller board or I damaged the battery. So what I've done, and I've taken this off. This is the battery pack, and this is the controller, and I took it apart to look and see what was going on. I didn't see anything obviously bad, like I didn't see any what's the word I'm looking for, any damage, any exploded capacitors, anything like that. So I'm thinking just my battery pack, these are cheaper batteries, and that my battery pack for whatever reason has quit functioning. So what I did is I ordered a new battery pack. I reached out to Spader, and they never responded back to me as far as a warranty or anything like that goes. So I went to Meepo's website, since it's basically the same board in a lot of ways, and I bought another battery pack. And they're both, what are these? The 10 S2Ps. Now there's a bunch of different styles of 10 S2Ps out there, so that's another reason why I went to Meepo's, because I figured, being that it's based off the same board, the shape and the physical size is going to be the same, and it is. But that this should be a better battery pack. I spent a little bit more money and bought the one that's supposedly the better batteries. So that's what's going on here. And then I also bought an extension so that hopefully it reaches all the way across. And then it has the little thing for you to be able to plug it in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this disassembled and go from there. What I had to do, the tools to take it apart, 3mm Allen wrench, gets you 8 bolts, and you need, for the battery compartment, just a little wrench to hold them tight. On here you don't need that on the compartment for the electronics, because they're self-retaining in these holes a bit. Not great, but a bit. Anyway, so let's go ahead, get the battery switched out. We'll charge it up and see how it goes. But for what I paid for the battery plus the board, I could have gotten a Wowgo or Meepo board pretty easily. So that's kind of annoying. If the battery had lasted, this board was a great deal. But being that I had to buy a new battery, I would have spent less total on a Wowgo or Meepo board. So, but we'll see how it goes with this new battery. Alright, we'll be back in a few. Alright, so I got everything back together and it's now charging up. Things are already looking better, because before, when I would go to plug it in, if I drained the battery completely, it would be charged within like an hour, if not shorter. And you can always tell because the charging has that little red light there on it, right there, and that turns green when it's completed charging. Now it's been plugged in for about an hour and a half. It showed on the little battery indicator that it had about a 50% charge when I first put it together. It's been on the charger about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, and it is not charged just yet. It should be charged here fairly shortly, and I'll do a range test and a speed test to see if I get any better performance out of it versus the old battery. What I'm really hoping is that, first of all, it lasts at least the 8 miles I was getting before, but I'm able to keep the speed up, because what would happen is once I go below 50%, the speed at which I would accelerate and my top speed would drop off significantly. The top speed not as important, but that acceleration speed kind of got annoying, dropping off so quickly. Now, unfortunately, to get the battery out, I did have to cut into the grip tape quite a bit. So with the new battery, it had an extension cable. The old battery here, this cord, there's no way to unplug it from the battery So this whole cord was along here, and I'm sure that saved a few pennies, but it meant that I had to cut into the grip tape to pull it out. Now in the future, if I have to replace the battery or anything, I don't have to open this up. So I do need to go ahead and probably replace this grip tape now, because there's no waterproofing or anything else to protect the cable. So I'm going to have to be extra careful riding this. So if anybody has any suggestions on some new grip tape, I'll take them. You know, I'd appreciate that. But this is now damaged from taking the screws out, as well as having to cut it to pull this out. I tried to just to feed it through, but this channel was too narrow for this end, so it didn't fit physically through that channel, because there's the cords for the LED lights up here in the front run through that channel as well. So that actually, it runs from the control board down here all the way up to here, and then it continues along here. You can kind of feel the hole there in the grip tape up to the front here, about right there. So I didn't have to cut it from here to here, but it does run from here to here. So anyways, we'll go ahead and let it finish charging up, and then we will do a speed test and a battery drain test on the new batteries. So yeah, I'm excited to be back on my board again. One thing for sure, this is the new connector here for the battery that came with the new battery, and this plugs in much more securely for the charger than it did with the old one. The charger was real loose with the old one. This one is a nice firm connection, which I don't know if that actually means anything or not, but it feels good, feels better. So anyways, we'll be back in a little bit, and if you have any suggestions on what to do with my old battery, let me know. I was just thinking of taking it to like batteries and bulbs to recycle. I don't know if anybody can make use of it, so I don't know if it's worth trying to sell on like Craigslist or something, but we'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day.